most people make this mistake that when they're choosing property to invest in, they choose a property based on where they want to live. And that is one of the biggest mistakes I find most people do. So when you are doing land investments, you are not thinking of living in the property. Think beyond just living in the property that you have purchased or you are considering to purchase. You are investing for the future. So when thinking of land banking, you are thinking of investment. So I'll want you to fine-tune your mind and think in terms of investment. Yeah? But not just building for your family home. So as I said, consider investment first for a profit before buying a property for personal shelter. Always consider investments first before you buy or build your house for residential. So someone will say, I cannot live in that bush, so I won't buy that land. And I've had clients come and they say, that place is too far, that place is bushy, I cannot live there. You know, despite the fact that this client is able to afford that property. So please listen, nobody is asking you to live there. And I want you to be wise on this. Yeah? You don't need to live there. Buy it to sell it in future. Because I have a property that I bought at 300,000, and this is a story I've shared with so many people. 300,000. And that place was bushy, that place was rocky. Actually, you couldn't live there. But today, the estate has fully developed and investors and clients have already built there. And that same property now is going for more than 1.5 million. So if I'll have decided that that place is bushy and it's rocky, I can't live there, and then I won't even invest my money there, today I would be regretting why I didn't buy that piece of property. And some of you will regret in future that you said that place is bushy, that place is far, you couldn't live, yet you could have invested. Yeah? So there are so many properties I've bought, I'm not considering to live there. Yeah? But I own them. I purchased them. Okay? And today they are worth millions of shillings. You know? So buy properties to make profit from them. See properties not just as a places whereby you're going to live, because if most of the places in the first instance, they are not appealing. And that is why we do value addition. For example, the property that we have today, Sunset Estate, that property was not appealing on the first day. It was bushy. And we went with some of my friends, yeah, and they saw the place was bushy. They got discouraged. So every investment at the initial stage is not appealing. But once the value additions are done, the places look nice. And I love a quote somebody said, that others wait for a place to be beautiful. Others make the place beautiful. If you wait for a place to be beautiful for you to buy, you will buy it very expensively. But if you buy a place when it's not beautiful, you buy it cheaper. So it's upon you to decide. So when you're doing land banking, do not purchase properties in the locations that you will live alone. As a matter of fact, you can only live at one place at a time. Yeah? You cannot live everywhere. You are not omnipresent like God. Yeah. So land banking is the process whereby you acquire parcels of land, or you acquire just a piece of land for future development or investment. So this means that you are able to buy the land so that in future you're able to resell it at a higher price and you get good returns. Yeah. And somebody was asking me, what are the factors that I need to consider, when I'm doing land investments? So number one is population growth. And I normally tell people that the primary reason why you should invest in metropolitan areas, especially right now, and for us, we are in Southern Bypass, which is part of the metropolitan areas, is population growth. And data has shown that Africa is still one that keeps rising in terms of our population growth. And so once there is population growth, the land will never decrease. And because of the vast population growth, there will be always a need for shelter. And that's why you need to consider population. Okay? And I love what somebody said. Somebody said that buy land in the fringes of the city. Buy land in the fringes of the city and wait. Somebody else also said that buy land near a growing city and wait. And I love another quote by William Penn Adair, which says that find out where people are going and buy land before they get there. That is William Penn Adair. He says that find out where people are going and buy land before they get there. And then another thing that you need to consider is the jobs. Creating jobs in that vicinity, like universities, churches, and public facilities, they drive the value of land banking and real estate in some specific locations. So you need to look for factors like where are the churches going? You'll see some churches coming up. You'll see some universities coming up. You will see public facilities coming up. And all these things, they drive the value of land banking. Yeah? And the value of real estate in specific locations. So you also look at factors like factories, road dualization. Like right now we are on Southern Bypass. They dualized the Southern Bypass and it has exploded in terms of population. So once certain roads are dualized, more companies want properties that are facing the expressway. Okay? Another factor that you need to consider is a credible company, because you can labor tick, location tick, population tick. But then now, where most people go wrong is on choosing the company, the vehicle that they want to use for investment. And this is a major factor when it comes to land investments. And what do we normally say? That people buy integrity. Today, people are buying trust. And somebody said that integrity is the modern currency. Trust is a modern currency. So, you need to consider those who you are buying from. Yeah? And there are several people who are selling properties. And I've come across people who sell to multiple people, companies that sell to multiple people. So ensure that you are buying from a credible company with integrity and track record. And what I normally say is, who you buy from is more important than where you buy from. Yeah, who you buy from is more important than where you buy from. Okay? So you need to consider a company with integrity and track record. That is a company that will do it in a professional way and do a proper transaction. Okay? And then number 4 is mentorship. So the trick to investments is look for people who have done what you want to do and begin to follow them and get ideas, get advice from them. So this is where mentorship comes in. Mentorship means that you are having someone who has been in the business in this case, someone who has been in the land business, who you can look up to and who can give you advice, and not family members. And this is where most of you go wrong. You go buy properties and investments using family members who don't even have a plot of land. So in the process of doing land banking investments, have people who have done it, who have made it. And these people can be your mentor and they can guide you in the investment. And that is the easiest way to do it. For example, I began land investments 6 years ago. So I qualify to mentor you because I've been in the business. I've come across challenges and I've overcome them. I know the inroads and the outroads. So I'm able to guide you. And actually what we are doing now is free guidance and offering guidance free, and I'm not charging you. Okay? So there are several properties that we have been able to acquire during the 6 years. And we started small. Okay? We started small. And some of the areas that we started with, if I was to show you the pictures today, you won't like them. Okay? So what do I mean? One of the ways to grow as a land banking investor, is to always start small. And I always advise people, and I advise you, by the way, to start small. And my first investment, I started small. Okay? I started small with a property that was right inside the bush. Okay? The property that I started was right inside the bush. If I was to take you to that property, then I think you will not have liked it. Yeah? But today, that same property, actually it was going for 300,000. That same property today is going for more than 1.5 million. Yeah? So imagine the value today. But I started small. But I've looked and focused in the future. So my advice to you is start small. Start with a property that you're able to afford. Some of the challenges and the problems that most of you have is you want to start big and you're comparing yourself with the people who have been in the industry for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Yeah? Even a staircase, you begin with one step. Okay? So the properties you acquire will appreciate with the time. And then you can sell and diversify. But the principle here is you need to start small. The most important step is starting. And the first step is getting the land. And then you go and secure it before talking about investment. Okay? So, for example, Dubai that we admire today, I see most influencers going to Dubai. Dubai that we admire today was a desert. But today, we all know the value of the place. You know, it was a bush. And it took a while for the infrastructure to come alive. You know, even for someone who does not have money, you can sell for another real estate company. The principle here is start small and then use your commission from the sales to acquire land, which maybe you will resell after some years or develop for residential or develop for commercial or develop for rent. And one important thing to note is that land investment